For more updates, click on subscribe and click on bell button for latest notifications. Hi friends, welcome to Tech ARK IT YouTube channel. My name is Ravi. In this video session, we are going to see that how events are the logs. We are going to see that how many types of logs are there and how you can collect a logs from the different types of devices to the single place, and we can monitor it or we can correlate it, whatever it is, right? So this is about like how a logs example say that the by default all the logs will be stored under /log. So here there are different types of logs, right? So these are the logs how we are getting stored. So where it is like directed or where it is instructed that logs should be stored over here, right? So but you can see that so that all the logs will be stored over here, so the different types of logs over here. But what are those categories comes are the how it is segregated, all the stuff we are going to see that. So the basically in the Linux machine the logs will be there is a configuration file, so which says that you have to store this type of logs in this file, this type of logs in this file, and the log file path is /etc/rsyslog.configuration file. So here the configuration file will be there. So in this configuration file there are the configuration paths over here, so you can see that, right? So I'm just going to decrease little bit of the appearance over here so that you can see little bit better. So all the files in single, right? See here you can see that the configuration file over here. So the configuration file says that all the information and mail, non-mail related and non-authenticated privileges and non-cron related details will be stored over here on the /var/log messages, and whatever the authentication related, which is restricted access, all the stuff will be stored over here in the secure. And related to the mails, okay, whatever the mailbox related or the user mail related will be stored over here, and the cron related would be stored over here. And any emergency messages, the emergency messages which will be stored on your screen directly, okay, so without storing into the any of the file, but it stores all the messages as well as it will just show you emergency mails, like whenever you install the reboot, so other users are logged in, then they immediately get that the system is going to be rebooted, something like that. And this is the errors, critical, higher things, the special files, okay, all those news related and news saver errors and critical logs will be stored over here, and boot logs will be stored over here, okay. And this is the configuration file. If you want to change anything over here, you can change it and you can redirect those files from one location to another location, but as of now we are not doing it, okay, but if you want you can do it. So this is the log types. So the logs will be contains an example that information logs, warning logs, critical logs, okay, and as well as the just messages, all the stuff, right? So these logs will be stored, and the logs are different types, you can see over here. So these are the cron boot logs. Whenever the system is booted, then the boot logs will be shown over here. Or if you want to see that what happened on the while booting, you can see that the message log. So it show you all the component and related stuff, and the firewall D will show like whatever the firewall related modified or accessed, denied, all the stuff. And whenever the last log will be shown, like when system has been rebooted, who logged in, when logged in, how much session duration, all the stuff will be shown over here. And mail logs will show all the mail related logs. And if you go here, speech dispatcher is like something like whenever you want to say some to be speech, okay, you can say spd say and say that it will speech your whatever that you type, and it will speech into the language, real language, that is called and spooler, just now we see that. So the critical related and the news related stuff over here. And pseudo logs, these pseudo logs, especially whenever you create the pseudo users, like users privilege, if you give with the pseudo, then the authenticated pseudo logs, whenever you type any command with the pseudo, that will be executed over here, okay, something like this. See this? So the user executed the command, something like this, SSH command, okay. So those all these commands will be displayed over here and stored over here. So for the clear face, so okay, it will give you like who typed sudo command, who used sudo command, all the stuff. And samba related, and cups, which means that the print server related, and this is a SAR logs, okay, and this is related to the virtualization, okay, this is also related to the virtualization. And there are some other logs also, audit logs also will be stored over here, time related logs, all the stuff, right? So these logs are stored, and this log configuration would be located /etc/rsyslog. But here, in case if you want to make, okay, so all the logs are there. Example, say I have 100 servers, then I want to monitor all the 100 servers logs. Then what is the easy way to log, or what is the easy way to monitor them? Okay, then I don't want to see or log into the each and every server and correlate the logs, or each and every server and look at up the logs, right? So whenever I logged into the server 1, so there is an event happening in the server 2, then I may miss that, or I have to correlate again back, and it's a different scenarios, right? But I don't want to do that way, so I just wanted to go to this server, single server, and just I open one single log file where it will get all the important and critical messages. On the single console you can monitor all the logs. How you can do that? So this is possible using the Syslog server, okay, Syslog server. So this what happens over here, it is that the Syslog, okay, so if you have a number of servers, okay, what it's going to do over here, it is that example, say that here is my Syslog server, this is my Syslog server example, and here I have the client, and the same way I have so many clients, so many servers, okay. Then what happens over here, it is that all these systems logs will be stored, and they will keep local copy, and they will keep one more copy over here on this, and here I can just tail out that whatever the log file. So then I can monitor all the systems, what happening on the system, about the critical and warnings or the important messages, okay. That's way you are going to make your monitoring system is very useful. Or if you want to correlate those logs, what happening on the servers, if you write some scripts to automate those process monitoring process, whenever the critical event happen, just let us know, okay, you can do that too using this process. So how we are going to make that? So in this server, what I'm going to do here is that I'm going to install a Syslog server, Then I'm going to connect few clients to this. Then whenever this authentication failure happens or authentication happens to the against to that client, then I am going to get this notification on this screen itself. Okay, to do this, what are these the packages you have to install is that RHCSlog is the package you have to install, but it's already installed. rpm-qa just grep for RHCSlog file, RHCSlog rpm. Let's see that do I have. Yes, I have. So no need to install that. If you already have, if you do not have, you simply say install RHCSlog, then it will install your required packages. Then you have to verify the daemon service name, so which is called systemctl status and RHCSlog dot service. Okay, this is the service you have to enable and run in this machine, then in order to get logs from the remote machines. Okay, so if you want to do that, you can also restart your syslog service if you want. Okay, for just for verification or something like that, if you want to refresh the configuration stuff over here, so that makes a easier stuff for us. Now the configuration file we have to make, okay, or modify the file is that same file /etc/rhcslog.configuration file. Then in this, what you have to do, so in this you have to just configure a few lines. So you have to uncomment few lines, then it becomes your server. Okay, so what you have to do, come over here and uncomment this syslog stuff. Okay, this one UDP and TCP stuff. Okay, these two stuff you have to edit and then just uncomment it and save the configuration file and restart this service again back and verify the status back. Okay, now your system logging service is ready to listen, and you have to enable the firewall. Okay, sudo firewall -cmd permanently I'm just enabling the port. Okay, add the port number is 514. The default port number for the syslog service is 514 and it's TCP. Then you can also enable UDP because we have enabled both. Okay, then you have to reload this configuration in order to effective that. Okay, now let's verify that whether your it's listening your 514 port on this any of the port. Okay, net start is not found. Okay, that's okay. So okay, there is no command. I have to install some utilities to do that. That's okay. Now let's ping the remote server. This example say that ping that remote server. So okay, what is that? This is our client machine. Okay, IP address, just see that IP address. Okay, 141 of our client service, and from server it just ping and let's see that okay, it is okay, and go to client. Now here also we have to enable this firewall. Okay, if it is a Linux machine, in order to send some traffic or from here permanent. Okay, then I'm adding port number called 514/TCP. okay, so here there is no sudo configured, that's why it is asking me for the password. So in order to do that, I'm just switching back to the root user. Okay, okay, that's okay. Now I'm going to edit the configuration file. Okay, the configuration file over here is that vi/etc rsyslog rsyslog.configuration file. Okay, just go down over here and uncomment this line. Oh sorry, it's I have to edit with okay. Now I'm just going to edit the configuration file called /etc/rsyslog.configuration file, and here on the last line you just uncomment this one and provide that remote server IP address or host name 192.168.2.140 is our server IP address. Okay, one more time you can just confirm over here. So that is 2.140. Now you just provide that standard star, which means that all the logs sent to this server, okay, on port number 5 and 4. Okay, now just add this one, just restart the service for the effective system ctl and restart rsyslog.service, then verify the status of that service, whether it is running properly or not. Okay, now that's it. Then what you can do over here, you can simply open this our server tail-f/var/log/secure. So I'm just opening the secure file over here and just looking that if I authenticate on that server, then it again log the authentication related over here. See this, it's already came client. This is the server and this is the client. So something like this, the files will be updated over here. You can simply say that I just exit from over here, and again I'm switch back to the root user and say I intentionally type the wrong password. Then it logs this that okay, the bomb is succeeded, not met the user root permission, so which is run on the client. So like session closed from root user, the password check failed. So like that, what happened is that you can see that all the logs from all the servers is going to be stored on the single syslog server. If you want to example say that if you want to okay, if you want to just grab that the log files, okay, simply say that maybe cat, you can simply say grep using this machine name. Okay, you can simply use this, so that these are the log files which are came from the client to server. Like that you can integrate network devices, you can integrate different Windows systems or Linux systems, Unix systems. Okay, all these systems you can connect this logs to the syslog server. Then you can correlate those logs, or you can verify those logs, okay, based on the errors or based on the failures. Okay, so whatever you want to write, or if you want to pump to somewhere else and correlate, you can do that. So this is about this event management and configuration. Okay, if you want to look at example that the particular application is failing, or if you want to do some analyze why it is failing, you can simply go to /var/log and verify that whether application related folder has been created, and in that there is a log file, or a general messages related to the service would be available on the /var/log/messages. So that's about this session, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Please subscribe to the channel for more upcoming videos and courses. Please follow us on social networking sites. If you have any technical related questions, you can ask